It has been 4 weeks since I started the Starch Solution, and it has been a fantastic experience. I'm so glad that I decided to give it a whirl, and I really enjoy it, and I don't think I'm going to stop eating this way for the majority of my diet. I just really like the way I feel. It's super easy. And meals aren't complicated. You don't have to create a bunch of recipes. I can pretty much eat all the things that taste good. And I've been able to stay 99% compliant this whole month. The only other thing I've ever been able to do that with has been fasting. But if there's ever a diet where like you're only supposed to eat certain things, I make it maybe like 10 days. And that's why I just don't do diets. But this has not felt like a diet. It's just changing the way that you eat, and you still get to eat delicious food, and I feel amazing. So it has been fantastic. Some of the things I have learned is prepping your starches. So I always prep my 5-pound bag of potatoes because potatoes is the starch of my choice that I eat the majority of the time. I also have ready to go single serving size containers of rice because I've learned that I am not going to make a batch of rice. I will if I'm like prepared for that, but for just a quick lunch or something like that, I need to have the ready to go packs. I also still like white rice. I'm really not a fan of brown rice, so I've just been eating white rice. I learned that we were traveling. We had 2 weeks of travel out of the 4 weeks that I've been doing Starch Solution. And finding plant-based options while you're traveling really isn't that hard. My main takeaway was going to the grocery store and getting some fruit and oats and some compliant salad dressing when we were in Aspen. When we were in Jackson Hole, I went to the grocery store, or I had pre-planned what I wanted to eat, which is pretty easy because I eat pretty much the same thing over and over. So I again just bought a 5-pound bag of potatoes, cabbage, salad, veggies, fruit, oats, and some stuff for my kids, bread, peanut butter, stuff like that. But having those things available in our condo just made eating so much easier, and we really ate in the majority of the time. And when we did go out or we were on the mountain, I was always able to find fruit and beans or rice or something like that. And I just asked for them to cook it without oil. Sometimes they would, and sometimes they kind of made a fuss about it. So I just let it go. You're on vacation, right? I did have ice cream. I did have chips. What else did I have? I had alcohol. So I incorporated some of those things I really like into my eating plan while doing this, maybe 4 or 5 times, and it's totally fine. I do not feel bad about it. I do not feel guilty about it. It just is life, and for the most part, I'm eating so healthy. For fasting, I usually, before I was doing this, I was fasting 19 to 20 hours a day, and I have really backed that off to 12 to 16 hours, so that's a significant difference, and I have not seen my weight go up. I've not really seen any change at all. My body was just adjusting to eating a lower fat diet with these low calorie dense meals. And I was hungrier. I just noticed I was hungry. And so I ate. And now that I've been doing it for a month, I'm not as hungry. So like today I had a 17-hour fast, which I feel is probably where I'm going to end up being, eating somewhere around 11 to 1 in there. And that feels great to me. So I'm really excited about that. And the other thing is my weight, because I know a lot of people are like, well, did you lose weight or not? I say a lot of people have like, not a lot of people are probably going to watch this, but you know what I mean. I have lost about 3 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I didn't have that much weight to lose. And I've been hovering around the same 2 to 6 pounds is kind of my range. My weight fluctuates 2 to 6 pounds. And I'm pretty satisfied with my weight, but it has dropped down 3 pounds below my low number of my range, if that makes sense. So I really am happy about that because I've shortened my fast. I still fast because I really heavily believe in fasting for health. And I just changed my diet, and it's been easy. So I don't really know much more to say except it totally rocks. And I'm going to continue eating this way. It's so easy. And once you find out what starches you like, you just always know when you go to eat. Like, I like to have potatoes or oats or rice. So I just have those things in the house. I know that potatoes keep me full longer. So I have potatoes more often than not. Plus, I love them. I feel like I get to eat French fries every day. Sometimes if I'm craving something a little bit sweeter, comfier, I'll have oats. And then sometimes if I'm just not really that hungry and I want something light, I'll have rice. So I've learned over these 4 weeks that those are the 3 main staples that I like. The 3 vegetables that I constantly am reaching for: cabbage, onions, and zucchini. I never knew that I liked steamed cabbage. This is a new thing for me, but I love it. I've always known I liked onions, but steamed cabbage, and I was never a fan of zucchini. But if I cut it up small in the way that I saute it or microwave it in my any day dish, it tastes so good. And then putting some sauce on the top of it. And I'm eating broccoli now. I wasn't ever a huge broccoli fan, and now I really like it. So maybe my taste buds have changed. I'm just getting used to eating vegetables. I don't know. But I try to switch out my vegetables. I eat raw vegetables, cooked vegetables. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of are frozen vegetables. For whatever reason, I can't cook them so they taste good. So I just usually do fresh. But all in all, so far, this first month has been awesome, and I'm really excited for the weeks ahead.
Look how comfy she looks, though. Mom, she fits perfectly in this little crevice right here. You see that?
See you, girl!
Mom.
For dinner, we are having gravy out of a packet. This is out of the packet dinner. Instant mashed potatoes from Whole Foods without using milk or butter, just the flakes, water, and soy milk. And then some frozen stir-fried veggies. One thing that makes eating Starch Solution super, super easy is having your starches and vegetables prepared ahead of time. So every week I buy a 5-pound bag of russet potatoes and I put them in my pressure cooker. And in my week 1 video, I make that in the pressure cooker. You can watch that video, but really it's super easy. You just pile your potatoes in your pressure cooker, prick them with a fork so they don't explode, pour in 1 cup of water, and then pressure cook them for 15 to 16 minutes. And then I have 5 pounds of potatoes pretty much ready to go, and I just have to reheat them. So that is a tip that is super helpful. And then I always have my vegetables ready to go. So I have my spinach. I take it out of the bag and store it in here with a paper towel. That way it doesn't get all slimy like how some bag lettuces can get. I also always wash my lettuce when I get it home because it's just safer that way to do that. I also have my purple cabbage, and I always have green or purple cabbage or both on hand. I just chop it up so it's like thin like this, and then I always put it on salad or under soup. It just adds so much more bulk to what you're eating. So that I always have this. And then I have some cucumbers and some tomatoes today that I'm going to use. And I made Plentiful Kiki's ranch dressing, which is awesome. I will link that in the description below. And I'm going to cut these up and put them in the air fryer. I'm really craving some fries today. I'm going to make my salad, and I will be ready to go. I just took my potatoes out of the air fryer. I find that when I pre-cook them and then put them in the air fryer, they get a little bit more brown. And since I don't use any oil, that's kind of important because I like them crispy. So those look delicious. I'm gonna put them on my plate. And this is what I'm having for lunch. There's my salad on this side. Oops. My 50-50 plate. I'm gonna add some ketchup and then I'm gonna go eat this. Does your kitchen ever look like this? We have dishes everywhere and I just don't even feel like doing them. This is my snack today. I am having an entire English cucumber, like the whole thing, and some of the ranch that I had from lunch. It's like blowing snow right now. We had snow squalls earlier today. It's like a blizzard out there. It's pretty though. I went to the grocery store today second time this week to pick up a few things. So I had to get some more bread, another 5-pound bag of potatoes because I already went through one. I'm trying out these palmini noodles a friend told me about. I got a couple things of rice, mixed grapes, avocado, noodles. I did get these non-plant-based burritos for my kids. And same with the cookies. You'll see some stuff that's for them. Some more soy milk. I'm trying out this Noble Made barbecue sauce. I really like the buffalo sauce they make, so I'm going to try that out. And I did get the buffalo seasoning because another friend told me about this. So I'm going to try that. And trying out these black bean burgers. I usually make my own, but these will be quick, and especially for my husband for some lunches. And I got the regular fruit that I always get and some more peanuts and some teas. I got these vegan muffins for my kids. I don't usually buy this, so I thought I would just try them out for them for a treat, and these flax muffins. So some treats for them this week. And then I got some more lettuce. My son won't eat anything but this Alfredo sauce, so I did get that. And then more potatoes, a bag salad mix, some bananas, some more veggies, cabbage, of course, because I ran out, and asparagus and broccoli. So this should do us until Sunday when I go back for the weekly grocery shop. Okay, guys, I cannot even tell you just how different food is tasting now. I sat down to eat this lunch and it's like a party in my mouth, like literally. Like people say that, but this is just now happening to me. So I wanted to let you know it's day 31 today, and I'm had a 17-hour fast, and now I'm having my lunch, my first meal. And this is what I'm having. I'm having a green salad with some black beans and sauerkraut on top. And I dressed it with a balsamic vinegar with Dijon mustard and some dill and vinegar nutritional yeast. And then I have a Japanese sweet potato that I baked earlier today in the microwave. So it is cold. I did not reheat it. I like them when they're cold. And some white onion and purple cabbage that I steamed in the microwave in my any day dish. This is like so good. I can't even tell you. So hang in there if you are doing this. Like, food starts to change when you fast, for sure. Like the same kind of thing happens. Really, when you just cut out all the crap out of your diet, food really starts to taste different. But today it was like, holy shit. Like, the food just tastes really, really good. So I'm going to eat this now because it's delicious. I'm going to slice up my onions and put them in my any day dish. Heat them in the microwave for about 5 minutes. Let them cool, put them in the fridge, and then I'll have ready to go onions for the rest of the week. All right, so I'm slicing up my onions. I'm using my garbage bowl. Do you remember in the early 2000s when Rachel Ray was like brand new on the Food Network, and Food Network was new, and she introduced this garbage bowl? Like, my mind was blown. How about yours, right? Did you have a favorite old school now, I guess, Food Network show? I loved Rachel Ray, Emerald, and there was a gardening show. Did you ever watch the gardening shows? Gardening by the Yard. Oh my God, these onions are like burning my eyes. Gardening by the Yard. I loved that. I watched that show like every Sunday. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to slicing my onions. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on these now. And these any dishes are great. You just put that on, make sure this is lifted up, the knob. And then I'm gonna set it in the microwave for 5 minutes and they should be nice and ready to go. While my onions are cooking, I'm going to start at this cabbage. I love cabbage. I don't know why. I just discovered I loved cabbage. I guess it's just not something we ever had growing up really, or it never really sounded that good, you know? But it is really good. I guess the only time I really ever ate cabbage was in college. Did you ever hear the cabbage soup diet? When I was in college, we got this great idea. We were all going to do the cabbage soup diet and lose like 30 pounds one summer. And I got, I think, 12 hours in, not even that. I don't know. It was like the first day. And maybe it was lunch. And I was like, screw this. And I went down to the little convenience store and got a bagel and cream cheese. I was like, I'm not doing that. Maybe that's why I just never had cabbage after that. But steamed cabbage is so good. I love sauerkraut. And I don't know, it's just easy. You can buy it. It lasts in your fridge forever. So I just think it's great. And it's so pretty. And it just reminds me of spring. Are you excited for spring? I am. Woo! Okay, I'm going to put this in a dish. And then I'm going to move on to my asparagus. Out of the microwave. They are so soft and perfectly cooked. 5 minutes is all you need. I buy English cucumbers and then I cut them in spheres because I feel like when I want to dip them in hummus or ranch, they're just easier when they're cut into spheres that way. But I will eat an entire cucumber for my snack. So if your family loves cucumbers, I would encourage you to buy 2 to 4 cucumbers. The cucumbers where I live aren't always the best looking, so I usually just buy 1 or 2 and then I go buy more during the week. But if you only make one stop at the grocery store, I would do that. And then I cut them so they look like this. That way I can get more dip per cucumber. I decided I am done with food prepping for the day. I just got bored, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I got my russet potatoes cooked in the pressure cooker, and I got my kale, asparagus, green onions, and my onions done. So that's really the bulk of what I eat, so it's good that I got that. The other stuff doesn't really matter. I am hoping that I'll make my basil pesto at some point, maybe tonight. Here's my fridge now that I'm done prepping. I do have some tofu, like right there. I'm pressing that. If you don't have a tofu press, I highly recommend it. I will put one in the description. And what else did I do on this? I don't think there's really anything I did. It was mainly in my drawers. So this is how I sort my drawers in my fridge. So I have my cabbage right here, all ready to go. And my broccoli's still in the bag. I just leave that in the bag. And then all my lettuces, and then these carrots and zucchini that I was too lazy to cut up just now. And then in my top drawer, I still have my cauliflower, but I put my asparagus and my cut cucumbers in here, and the green onions and leek. And then I have some portobellos because I think I'm going to make a portobello burger here coming up. And then I buy these salad kits for my son because he'll actually eat those. So you see here how stuffy I still am? I am really trying to get over this cold. Thank you so much for joining me for this week 4 Starch Solution Journey grocery haul and food prep video. I am so glad that you're here. I appreciate you so much. And I hope this gave you some inspiration to either buy more veggies and eat them in your daily diet, or start the Starch Solution, or perhaps gave you some tips on what you need to do for your own Starch Solution journey. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If I don't have the answer, I will try to find out for you. I am just really here to document my journey and to maybe inspire others to get healthier in their life. So I am just really honored that anybody takes the time to watch my videos. So thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.